Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. In this video, I want to break down for you how self-concept changes your perception of this world, of the things and people around you, and that eventually leads you to the experiences that you're seeking. Before I get started, if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, you can book a session with me. If you're looking for weekly group coaching sessions, you can join my membership group. Both the links are in the video description. You can also follow me on Instagram for a regular dose of motivation. So essentially what happens when you work on your self-concept is it boosts your confidence, and that's done in very different kind of ways. One is that you understand, you have a clarity about the things you want in your life and what you don't want. You set standards for yourself. There's a benchmark of what you want to engage in and what you don't want to engage in. You learn how to take care of yourself, how to prioritize your stability, mental, emotional, and physical. You're working on personal development, self regulation, understanding what things or people are worth giving a reaction to, and what things or situations are not worth your mental and emotional energy. And when you are doing all of this work and you have made some progress, the by default next step where you're led to is that things and people around you start seeming very normal. So the second step you reach after you have worked on your self concept is normalizing things around you, which includes your desires. There's nothing too good to be true. There's nothing too much to achieve. There's nothing which is set aside for certain kind of people, and only these people can have access to it, and only these people can achieve it. There's nothing that is significantly so much more important that you could not even think of having that in your life. Everything is neutral, everything is normal, every experience is normal, every person, every circle is normal, and I can interact with the people I want. I can have certain people show up in my life. I can meet the people who exactly match my state of being. I can achieve a certain kind of success. I can make certain kind of money. It's all normal, it's all valuable, but it's all equal. And normalizing your desires, normalizing different kind of experiences that you now want showing up in your life is a very important part of having those things effortlessly showing up in your life. Normal things manifest very, very easily, and that's why small things manifest very easily. Now, the third stage you reach when you have worked on your self concept, which is now making you look at people and situations in a very normal way, you start believing that you can achieve all of this. You start believing in yourself much more and your capabilities to have these things show up in your life or be led to these experiences. Believing that something will show up in my life and I can achieve it is very, very easy if I see it as something very, very normal. Something would seem very, very normal and equal to me if I have created that kind of confidence in myself. And when you believe that yes, anything in this lifetime can be done, can be achieved, can be experienced, again, it makes everything very easy. And those kind of easy things come into your life very effortlessly because there's no resistance around it at all. There are no major fears around it. There might be some doubts here and there, but they are just fleeting doubts. You don't really hold on to them and get triggered by it. And I know a lot of people say that you don't have to believe in it. Even I teach around that in a certain way in my videos, but I always insist people to believe in the possibility of something happening in general, because the other belief that you can do it, it can happen for you, can be built up. I love building up my belief in something I'm trying to achieve or something that I want to experience for the simple reason that it feels very good. Why wouldn't I want to believe in something that I'm doing? It brings up a lot more inspiration, a lot more motivation when you believe in something. Really believe in yourself and the thing that you're wanting to do. And yes, you can do it without believing, just by making a specific routine, a specific story repetitive to your mind. But in my experience, that will work for someone when, fine, you don't believe in it, but you're not also wavering in other things that are opposite to that, and you don't heavily have any kind of disbelief. Because in that case, it's clearly very counterproductive. For example, there are a lot of things that we not specifically believe can happen for us, but we don't have any opposite thoughts or disbelief around it. We are kind of in a very neutral place around it. We don't have a very strong opinion on it. In that cases, yes, you don't really have to force yourself to believe, and the repetitive patterns and thoughts will become familiar to your mind. But if there's no belief at all, you're not even working on building it up, and there's a lot of disbelief and wavering, then it's completely counterproductive. And that, in my experience, will not work out. So, in short, what self concept is doing for you is making you reach and tick off all the destinations of normalizing something, taking it off the pedestal, dropping attachment, creating confidence, knowing your own value, knowing how to set boundaries and standards, believing that these kind of things can happen for you and they are not too good to be true. All these destinations that people feel are something you can directly jump to, and they are readily available. So they target all of this separately. How do I let go? How do I detach myself? How do I make myself believe in this? How am I supposed to normalize my desire? You are targeting all of this just by creating a strong foundation, which is your self concept. If you try to target these things individually, they might feel like a lot of work. They might feel like you're not being able to understand it. It's difficult. It's creating a lot of resistance. So, if you work on your foundation, it's covering so many areas that you don't have to separately work on. So, yes, self concept is very important because it simply means how do you see yourself, how do you take care of yourself, how do you respect and value yourself. And when you have standards for all of these things, this I'm explaining in a very practical language so your conscious mind is able to understand it. When you know yourself, this is the way I'm supposed to be respected, the people that show up in your life are going to respect you in that similar manner. And if you come across people who are not trying to meet that standard, you disengage with them. That is you knowing your value and disengaging with anything that does not serve you. This is how you balance your external and internal world in a very healthy manner. Disengaging where you're supposed to disengage, and engaging with people who are now showing up as a result of you knowing what you want showing up. What kind of people? How should they be treating you? How should they be valuing you? Can you manifest without a good self concept? Yes, you can. Things will show up in your reality, but in my experience, those changes will not be long term and sustainable because you might again behave in a way or have those beliefs make you act in a way, make you speak in a way, make you get triggered in a way, or emotionally react in a way where you can self sabotage any kind of situation. For example, if you are someone who is very insecure in a relationship, very easily triggered, yes, without working on your self concept, you might be able to call that person back in or a new person in, but you still have those triggers and insecurities within you. So they will come out in your actions and behaviors, and you might lose your manifestation again. So that's why having a strong foundation can be a choice, but it's a good choice to make. A building that is not made with good material, that does not have a strong foundation, might stand firm for a few years, but not 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years. It will start becoming weak from within. You would be required to do a lot of repairs, and eventually, you might not want to live over there anymore. So, I hope you were able to understand all the benefits that come with working on your self concept. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a great day.